Hey, what's going on, team? Welcome to the final results for the Twisty Test Championship, at least for the group stages anyway. This is how round 5 played out. Pakistan in Group A won over Ireland before England also defeated Australia in a bit of an upset, and we'll get to how that's going to play out in just a sec. In Group B, we saw the West Indies beat New Zealand to put themselves into qualifying position before Sri Lanka, with a victory over South Africa, put themselves into the Test Championship finals in Group B. Bangladesh and Afghanistan, they were already eliminated, and they had the bye in round 5, so that means that they did not play. But some huge results in round 5 that maybe just throws a little bit of a spanner in the works to see how things are going to play out for the rest of the tournament. So let's have a look at the standings and how these look. Now, we haven't given any bonus points to any team for any reason. So this is how it works. It is Australia qualified in Group A and Group B. New Zealand and Sri Lanka qualified with 3 wins and 1 loss to both of them. And then Pakistan and England are tied at 2 wins, a draw, and a loss. Now, how we have separated these teams is what we're going to explain right now. Obviously, the other teams that didn't qualify, Ireland there, if they got the victory, they would have been in second position as well. Or if the West Indies, if South Africa won, then it would have been a tie between South Africa and the West Indies. So let's get into how the qualification works for the next stage. So basically, this is how we have determined how each teams are going to qualify. If they're tied on their wins and losses and their draws, then they will qualify based on their head-to-head record. Now, in Group A, England drew against Pakistan in round 1, which means that they will actually play off in a 1-innings match. There is no limit to the innings, to the amount of days that this match can be played. It is just 1 innings per side. The winner will take the second place in Group A. The loser will be eliminated from the Test Championship. Meanwhile, New Zealand defeated Sri Lanka in their only head-to-head matchup of Group B, which means New Zealand will qualify in first position. Sri Lanka will qualify in second position for Group B. Now let's have a quick look at how all the stats played out for the Test Championship, and it's no surprises that I guess Pakistan, New Zealand, Australia, all big name sides up there in the leading scorers and wicket takers as the sides that qualified. For the batting side of things, Babar Azam, he made 350 runs in the opening test and then hadn't really sort of jumped up since then. Still managed to make another 350 for the remainder of the series. So 623 had him as the leading run scorer. Ross Taylor there for New Zealand as they qualified for Group B. Abid Ali also pretty influential in the last couple of tests for Pakistan. Monamul Haq, Bangladesh's top scorer. Craig Braithwaite for the West Indies. Rusty Vanderdussen for South Africa. And for the Aussies there, Matthew Wade and Travis Head, with an Irishman, Kevin O'Brien, having 317 runs to his name. As for the wicket takers, well, it was Nathan Lyon for the Australia, picking up 32, and it was dominance by the spinners. You can see the top 5 leading wicket takers there, all spinners before Jofra Archer, who didn't actually play in the game against Australia, finished with 20 wickets, the best of the seamers. Jimmy Anderson there as well with 18 for England. So this is how the semi-finals are going to look. Australia will play Sri Lanka. New Zealand will play the winner of the Pakistan versus England sort of showdown game. I don't have any specific dates for these, but I believe we will be doing the Pakistan versus England game. That will happen tomorrow. The entirety of that matchup will be in a premiered video. Then New Zealand will play the winner of that game following the result of that matchup, and then Australia and Sri Lanka will play off the week after. So this is all going to play out very quickly, and then we will head to that final test match between the 2 winners of the semi-finals. Now, should a draw happen in either of these semi-finals, the higher ranking team will go on to qualify for the final. So that would mean New Zealand if they drew against Pakistan or England, or Australia if they drew against Sri Lanka, would be the 2 sides that qualify for the final. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the results today. It's busy. We got plenty to look at for the next couple of days, next couple of rounds. Exciting to see this finally finishing up pretty soon. But thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting it. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.